So I'm trying to remember, since it's been about a week since I played, what happened last. And I remember that Nettie poisoned Irvaine.
Your legs will probably give out first.
Because he's gonna turn to a mind flare, or she was worried about him turning to a mind flare.
You're a risk to the people around you.
And then I was gonna say he fought back, but actually everyone else fought back for him and knocked her out before he had a turn. Which we could interpret as kind of sweet, they're looking out for him. And I am curious though, because I don't think we actually left that area with Kaka and them underground or in the cave or whatever it's called. So Nettie might be awake again. Part of me is tempted to try to see what's going on in this room, but I think Irvaine would just avoid her after all that. Definitely doesn't trust her. He's also having mixed feelings about the druids now, like because he started learning a little bit more information after talking with Kaka. I say he still in general is just kind of like the druids land is their home, and they have the right to protect themselves and everything and decide who's allowed in their home and not. He does feel bad for the tieflings. I don't know if actually saying he feels bad for them. I feel like he doesn't exactly pity them, but he sympathizes with them a little bit, or he understands that they're in a tough situation. And then thinking about his own sanctuary, which is gone now, it's in ruins. It used to be called Averon. It was actually made for refugees, so the biggest difference, I guess, between his situation and Kaga's and the druids. Did we talk to what's his name, Wrath, yet? I can't remember. We may have I think we did. I think we talked to him about Halsin, and he does know that there is another leader, though he's also now uncertain. I think he thought Halsin was sounding like a helpful person that might be a good guy, but then after dealing with his apprentice, maybe he's not so sure. But either way, Halsin might have answers, so it is important to try to find him.
Halsin is an elf with the presence of a bear. He left west with the adventurers. You won't mistake the first druid for anyone else.
What else? Oh yeah, we're leaving Astarion at the camp because Astarion said he was tired.
Sleep tight.
And remember, he picked up Gale. Gonna take him with him this time since Gale's had a very long rest. I think he's been at camp for over a day now, so it's about time he comes with them.
Back in the thick of things at last. Oh, how exciting.
Yeah, that's about all I can remember right now. So let's see. Where should we... Oh yeah, he's still wearing Nettie's thing. I kind of want to hide that, actually. Let's hide it. Here we go. Not that it really looks bad. I'm just not sure I like it on him that much, but I think it'll be useful, so we'll keep it, say it's hidden under his hair or something. Oh, let's just leave camp and see what happens.
Come, Silver. Stay close.
Oh yeah, Silver. We made friends with Silver, but not the rats. Is Nettie in there? I'm just really curious. Can't see her. If she's in there, she's hiding. We'll come back to that area later, maybe.
Can't slow down.
Ridiculous. We just let her run off.
I have been playing.
She's a child. A devil child.
Dragon Age a
One
little
who tried
bit
to steal from us.
since the last time I played, so the
Yet she failed. That's what
the functions, like the keys and things that you press to move and turn the camera, are different. Very different. So so it might take me a minute to get used to the controllers again. Can I read that without getting in trouble? I can read this one. Interroom prayers and incantations stake across one side of the page. Written on the other are instructions for performing the Rite of Thorns. Except the one Kaga's doing. The prayers complete thorns and bramble rise from the earth, protecting from harm all who chanted it. It's kind of similar to what Irvaine did. Kinda. Investigate. It's interesting. That gave a, oh, that's not what I meant to click. I have not looked at this. Let's hide that. Okay, rescue Halzen. I'm pretty sure this is the first time I actually looked at this page since we started this run. Save the refugees. Wants them gone. Rite of Thorns is dangerous. Oh, okay. The thing said it was dangerous? I might have to reread that. Might be the only one capable of stopping her. And we saved Arabella, who went to her parents. That's good. Okay. Can I pick it up? Let's... okay, fine. He won't steal it. Written on are instructions for performing when the prayers complete thorns and bramble rise from the earth. I guess I'm confused why that's supposed to be dangerous, since all this information tells me, or tells Irvaine, is that a bunch of plants are going to act as kind of a protective barrier around the grove, which, like I said, is kind of exactly what he did, just different foliage and trees, and he had kind of like a maze-like thing going on. Who's this guy? Mark.
What will the tieflings want next? Letting the Hellchild go was a mistake.
Irvaine doesn't agree, but he finds that response kind of odd. What else is in here? Backpack, chest. Can he lay on the bed, or are they gonna get mad? That's a fun way to lay down. Is that like the little, is it the monk meditating hands? Okay. I just needed to lie down. I don't have speak with animals anymore, do I? The silver still
Seems like a good moment to talk.
No. Why you look so sad? I like that.
I don't want blood on my hands.
There's that little...
We have the right to defend our home.
I don't think you can see it because I'm covering up the
So
minimap.
that's what you want? To kill a bunch of innocents?
I don't want to kill anyone.
Can I
but I
read
won't
that?
let this grove be harmed. Not again.
Are people gonna yell at him for reading it? Maybe he doesn't know that that's taboo to read. I'm just gonna read it quietly. The natural order must be preserved in whatever form. Forces that would disrupt the natural order must be destroyed. The Emerald Enclave must offer aid to the weary and injured. I'm not sure there's anything in that sounds bad or wrong either. That's actually kind of, yeah, like how Irving functioned. What else is there? What happens if I turn off the light? that guy still over there. It's gonna yell at him if he... Let me F5 just in case. I don't want to accidentally start a fight, but I want to... Oh, it's just a cup. Okay. That was definitely not worth the risk. Stop that. Meh. Okay. I think we already talked to Kaga, and we did talk to Wrath. Oh, what? Oh, that guy's there. So sometimes he leaves the room. That's interesting. Interesting. What was that? Not one of the guys? Sound like one of my older brothers sneezing.
Find our master. Return to me then. Tell me what you find.
And talk to this
Tell only me.
pig.
Understand?
Oh yeah, we don't have...
Fly quick.
That's the
Fly
thing.
safe.
Talk to the lady.
Speak.
What he's saying to that bird. Are you helping to prepare the ritual? I guess because she just let the bird, sent off the bird, that would be the first thing he'd be wondering about.
The bird knows. She needs to know. You do not.
Suspicious. That's not Irvaine. I help to defend this grove. I'm not your enemy. See, Irvaine, I don't... With her response, I think he would just let it drop. Not because he's non-confrontational or is afraid or shy. He just... If someone doesn't want to talk, he normally doesn't push it. So the persuasion part is the only part that makes me reluctant. I think he would at least say, let her know that he's not her enemy. Yeah, just in his kind of calm, quiet way. But he may not persuade her, he's just gonna say it, so. Yep. So she won't, well, is it worth it? Why not? Maybe the nature and everything around him is making him feel more in his element here.
Forgive me. It is not you I fear. It is my brethren. More follow Korga every day. They are afraid, and she offers a simple solution. Eject the refugees, and we will be safe.
And she's wrong? Yeah, because that's the thing, the whole thing where he's like, he's not sure it's really
Perhaps
bad.
not. But that does not make it right. Only Master Halsin can stop this. I pray my bird returns with news of him. If not, I fear for my people.
I hear the ritual can protect the grove. Are you helping prepare it?
I would prefer not to. But if Master Halsin does not return, Korga will give the order, and my voice will not matter.
Irvaine thinks you could leave, but on the other hand, it is also her home too, so take a look at everything around. We can open this. Some shoes. Might take those to give someone. Maybe shoes. He doesn't wear shoes. Not yet, at least. I don't have speak with animals, so by the way, is probably a weird feeling for Irvaine because original story-wise, he could speak with any animal. That language is not a barrier for him in that regard. But he did lose a lot of his powers leading up to this point, even in the original story. So you could say that's just one of the things he lost, one of the abilities. Strange.
Yes, I'm quite aware.
Aware of what? That you're strange?
Ah, my good friend. You were at the gates just now, no? When the goblins came? You saw them up close?
Yesterday. Not now anymore.
A few questions, if you please. There's no overstating my interest.
If you must.
Glory. Now then. How would you describe that particular batch of goblins? Size, nature, distinguishing qualities?
You search your mind, successfully recalling various details of goblin behavior.
The details he recalls are not from his own memories. So he's gonna stew on that for a second. Give an exact description sounds more Irvaine like. I think he would give it kind of slowly and what's the word? It's not quite the word I'm looking for, but I think he'd give the exact description in kind of a tentative way, just because he's repeating information that came to him, but he's unsure where that memory is from.
Goblins were of a rare, jam-colored hue and wielded magic blowguns.
A mythweaver. This man has no respect for truth.
It's like, oh, is that what's going
And
on?
the dragon they had marching in the rear, was it of the brass or silver variety?
Irvaine is very confused. Dragon? There wasn't any dragon.
Witnesses failed to notice the obvious dragon. Last question, then you'll be quite free. Did the attackers rally to the absolute when they fell upon the gates?
I think they did. I think they said the name of the absolute.
They did, didn't they? Oh, curious. Oh, curious indeed. Interrogated one. A captive in this very camp. She reports they've abandoned their god Maglabiet in favor of someone called the Absolute. The scandal!
Goblin superstition, not work with ink and parchment. But he would say that about pretty much every god. So yeah, I think he'd just say this kind of casually. Not really worth the ink and parchment.
Ah, but is superstition all? These goblins are informed by a kind of strategy anathema to their kind. I, for one, intend to get to the bottom of it. I'm just preparing to head to their camp as we speak, in fact. If you'll excuse me, I ought not to door roll.
Careful, goblins aren't known for their mercy. Why the dragon? You might be curious what brought you here in the first place.
Why, goblins, obviously. Well, someone ought to chronicle these curious events. I'd heard the master of this place, a druid called Halsin, might be able to point me in the right direction. But he's been quite captured by them already. Ironic, really.
Is he really that much I know it's perspective, but he looks really tall compared to this Devolo. Okay, well, be careful.
Oh, never you mind. Who needs mercy when you've a quick tongue, hmm? And an invisibility potion stashed in your back pocket. Until we meet again.
Need a little stretch after that one.
Ah, my grizzled friend. What can you tell me about this place?
Let's go through this little path. Ooh, what was that? Already?
My, what manner of place is this? A path to redemption? Or a road to damnation? Hard to say, for your journey is just beginning. What would suit the occasion? The words to a lullaby, perhaps.
Please, no poetry. That's what Irvaine thinks.
The mouse smiled brightly. It outfoxed the cat. Then down came the claw. And that, love, was that. They do know how to write them in Cormier, don't they? Well met, I am Raphael. Very much at your service. It's not every day one meets such a cavalier sinner as yourself. A true, bloody pleasure.
Irvaine is like, I'm sorry, I think you're mistaking me for someone else. I don't think Irvaine finds him particularly threatening yet. I do think he feels like he's getting red flags where there's something off, but he doesn't know what. He's giving him kind of predatory vibes, like a wolf or large cat. And so he's not going to ask if he's talking to the mouse or the cat, because he's already decided that he is the cat. He has no idea what he's talking about with the blood, so I guess he'll say pleasure, I suppose. I'm Irvaine.
Charmed, I'm sure, in more ways than one.
You hitting on me?
We should have a chat, you and I, but not here.
He just totally looked Irvaine up and down.
This quaint little scene is decidedly too middle of nowhere for my tastes. Come.
But there may be some
There,
awkward spots.
middle of somewhere.
How did you do that? That's what Irvaine is really thinking. Nice decor. Can you be more specific than somewhere? Take me back now. No, Irvaine's still calm, but he does want to know where he is and why he's here. So can you be more specific than somewhere?
The house of hope, where the tired come to rest and the famished come to feed lavishly. Go on, partake, enjoy your supper. After all, it might just be your last.
I don't think I'm hungry. What makes you say that?
Call it a ninth sense. What's better than a devil you don't know?
All these shapeshifters.
A devil you do. Am I a friend? Potentially. An adversary? Conceivably. But a savior? That's for certain.
What makes you think I need saving? I don't care what you are, care what you want. I feel like all three of those kind of fit. Irvaine's not asking for help. This guy just kind of shut up. So he's... What makes you think I need saving?
Come now. Why play hard to get when you're in deep over your tadpoled head? One skull, 2 tenants, and no solution in sight.
Might be 3 tenants, actually.
I could fix it all, like that.
Light doesn't know that much about devils. So I think you just say, I need to think this over. Not planning on falling through.
Take all the time you need, but make up your mind before you're counting down with tentacles. Try to cure yourself. Shop around. Beg, borrow, and steal. Exhaust every possibility until none are left.
That was the plan.
And when hope has been whittled down to the very marrow of despair, that's when you'll come knocking on my door.
If it comes to
Hope.
that. I suppose he might.
Such a tease.
He's realizing that this guy's kind of a cad. I think he'd at least still leave the option open, even if it is the very last one. So, and if I do want to take this deal, how would I find you?
I'll be around, watching you squirm like a tadpole through a nice, juicy brain. All those pretty little symptoms, sundering skin, dissolving guts, they haven't manifested yet, have they?
Demeaning.
One might say you're a paragon of luck. I'll be there when it runs out.
So maybe see what Will thinks about that. Well, he
The
studies
Devil with the
himself.
Silver Tongue. An old fairy tale my father read to me. The kind with a hero, a villain, and a moral. Farmer made a deal with the devil, so the story goes. In exchange for the farmer's dearest fruit, the devil granted him a bottomless coin purse. Farmer's dearest fruit, naturally, was no apple nor peach, but his beloved daughter. We can learn a lot from fairy tales, don't you think?
I may not know much about fairy tales, but funny thing, so Rylan was a book that I wrote actually before I did the little webtoon short for Irvaine. Rylan, when I wrote it, it was a fractured fairy tale based on Rapunzel. So it is kind of funny, the little bit of similarities, this tale that Will's talking about. It's like very rough similarity, but it's there, right? The parent giving up their child for a price. In the case of Rylan, I mean, it was a little more forced, where it was giving up. Rylan's parents gave him up for their lives, but the devil in that story, or the person who is the parallel to the devil in Will's story, would be the person who took Rylan, who was a monk of Irvaine. Not one that Irvaine, of course, accepted or wanted, but is what he called himself. Details about that story will probably come out more, but it's interesting just kind of how relevant that actually happens to be. But again, just because Irvaine kind of lived in a fairy tale or fractured fairy tale to be technical, doesn't mean he really has read them or knows about them. So, who'd say get to the point, or you mean Raphael? We should at least consider his offer, given our circumstances. I feel like suddenly he's feeling a little less inclined to consider the offer now that he's seeing the parallel to Ryland's situation. I think he's just gonna say get to the point.
Do not trust a devil. Is that plain enough?
Yeah, I guess so.
Refuse him no matter how tempting the offer, no matter how delicious the feast he lays out for you. The cost's always too great.
I think Irvaine actually respects that. Don't worry, I have no interest in a devil's deal. He spoke of a cure, we have to at least hear him out. No cost is too great. No, definitely not 3. Waffling a little bit between 1 and 2. But at the moment, again, like, with Ryland's situation in mind, he's suddenly feeling more inclined to say, actually, no, I have no interest in Raphael's deal.
That's because you still have hope. But when he becomes your last hope, remember this. He'll require of you only what you're least ready to part with. And then require more still. You might think you'd give up anything for a cure. But the devil won't take just anything. He'll take everything.
The really sad part, and it's what Irvaine crosses Irvaine's mind at Will's last words, is he doesn't really have anything left to give. Because the only thing Irvaine has now, or at least what he thinks he only has now, is himself. That may change, depending on his relationship with these companions and whoever he happens to meet later. Let's go this way. Yeah, that was kind of a sad mental moment anyway. I think he wants to investigate the voices.
Is someone singing?
Yeah, you see?
It's beautiful.
It is that. I should probably quick save. Talk to the
Such a pretty
child
song.
in the water.
Shh. Listen.
Your favorite drownings will take place in shallow water. Just a slice of the ankle tendons.
Normally, Irving would not think the water is dangerous because that is element very closely tied to his magic. But having the thought of drowning someone is yeah, the voice speaking his brain talking about that is actually scare him, so he's gonna say you shouldn't be standing out in the water, it's dangerous because of his own thoughts. And that
Don't you hear it? It's so peaceful.
Focus and try to hear what he hears.
A sweet melody plays above the waves, beckoning you, drowning out all logical thought.
I like that. Or maybe he does. Close your eyes and listen to the song. Let's struggle. He knows there's something weird.
The suffocating yearning suddenly fades as the spell breaks. You are free.
Back its trick.
No, it's just a bit of water. I only want to listen. Just a little closer.
That'd be when Irvaine wants to reach out and grab him by the collar and pull him back. Maybe he is about to when this thing flew over.
Yes, everything's gonna be fine once I get there.
Yeah, again, yoink. I don't think he... Oh, this is gonna hurt. Oh, he hit it back? Good for you.
What is this? I will have your head, Harpy!
Alright, Gale. You don't have enough hit points to be bleeding that much. Why don't you try fire? Oh, you know, my computer's doing a weird thing. Shoot. That is not what I wanted. Shoot. Well, that was very upsetting. Okay, let's do this. I'm gonna make up for that. Pick Gale up.
Oh.
We're gonna pat Gale on the butt. And then let's bird. I'm having fun with electrocuting. Okay. I think that's all he can do.
The witching hour.
Gale, oh, he still got a stabby stab. Get her back. Good job. Oh no, Lae'zel. Oh, you guys.
Damned monster.
Good.
I'll make you pay.
Okay, let's see if my computer will work for me this time. Burner. And give it a little extra. Did you bleach it while you're at it? A bone? Probably want to grab a bone. Let's move you over here.
Let's light them up.
Swift and lethal.
Okay, Lae'zel. Heal yourself a little bit. And you got two over here. Let's try. Get the singing one first. Do it again. Harpy's really focused on her
Survival
singing.
is all that matters.
Okay. Do I have any? I do. Good. Stay alive. down, but we need to worry about this kid.
Can't slow down.
Oh, I have this. I forgot. Okay. I'm gonna do a dual spell. He does not like these harpies. Very nice. Maybe they're just doing their natural thing, but... Oh, you know what? Did he kill both of them? Oh. Don't need another twin one. We're gonna thunder this one too. Oh, but he missed. It's okay. Still did good. Let's get in front of the kid at least. And pick this harpy. Nothing there. Oh, nice one, Lae'zel. Oh, she's gonna sing now. That's good. Run, child. Okay, right. He probably cannot reach.
Coming through.
Additional. I'll bet that'll help this time. Okay.
Swiftly now.
Why don't you try to close. Lae'zel. You can take the honors.
I will not know failure.
There you go. Alright. Oh yeah, he's got a...
Are they gone?
Like, hold on a moment, my head is reeling. They're gone, are you alright? Yeah, they're gone, are you alright?
No. Yes. I mean, I don't know.
Take a breath, so you're safe now. Go back to your parents. Yeah, number one sounds most like Irvaine. Take a breath, deep and slow, you're safe now.
That's what the voice said.
What
I
voice?
almost got to the nest, but the singing... I need to get back. Mole will be so mad. Wait, you should meet Mole. She'll be grateful you helped me. Find a boy called Donny. Tell him you want to see the dragon's lair.
Well, his head's still reeling a little bit. I guess it's not reeling, it's the lethargicness. He's tired. He's foggy-brained is what it is. Talk to Gale. He wants to say something.
Tiring business, isn't it?
Ooh, Gale.
All this traveling and adventuring.
Especially.
Why don't we take a little break? Allow ourselves a few moments of rest? Gives me a chance to talk to you about something, well, rather important.
Do you want a potion first? I think Irvaine's feeling pretty concerned about Gale's face right now.
We've been on the road together for a while now, haven't we? Survived some perils, overcame some obstacles.
Just a little.
Ever since you were kind enough to free me from that stone, I've seen you demonstrate remarkable guile and courage. The way you diffused the tension between Zevlor and Aradin. The way you got Korga to release the girl. The way you got that boy out of a harpy's clutches. In short, I've grown to trust you.
No. Yeah. I mean, he likes the trust. That was sweet. To him, that was sweet. It's funny though, Gale wasn't really there for those other things. Maybe the others told him what happened.
The reason I make a point of saying this is that I've grown confident enough to tell you something I've yet to tell another living soul. Except for my cat.
Cats are good for that.
You see, I have this condition. Very different from the parasite we share, but just as deadly.
What kind of condition? Oh, yeah. What kind of condition? Is it contagious? Can it be cured? Well, the first thought was what kind of condition?
The specifics are rather personal, but suffice it to say that it is a malady I've learned to live with, though not without some effort. What it comes down to is this. Every so often, I need to get my hands on a powerful magical item and absorb the weave inside.
Irvaine's not really sure exactly what the magical item thing is about, but he definitely thinks Gale is dying right now. Your illness causes you to consume raw magic. What kind of items are we talking about? When to ruin the item? What happens if you don't consume them? Are you telling me you're addicted? Addiction was not the thing that came to his mind, actually. That's no, he definitely thinks Gale has some sort of terrible disease or cancer, something very sad and fatal, and needs magic items to keep him alive. So I think his concern is like, what kind of items? What kind of items are we talking about exactly? 'Cause he wants to know what he needs.
Oh, staffs, tomes, cowls. The form doesn't matter, so long as it's brimming with weave. It's been days since I last consumed an artifact, since before we were abducted. It's only a matter of time before my craving returns. That is why I turn to you. I need you to help me find magic items to consume. It is vital. Dare I say it? Critical.
Yeah, well, Irvaine's pretty much adopted you, so he'd be happy to help.
You have my thanks. And fear not, your implicit trust is well placed and will be rewarded with any and all means at my disposal. I'm sure we won't have to look very far to find what I need. Faerun overflows with magic-infused treasure. As do our packs, as a matter of fact. We've such an item already in our possession, primed for the moment the need arises.
We do?
I hope I can count on you.
Yeah, so while we're thinking about it, he's gonna throw a potion at you. Because you look terrible. Did that work? I'm not sure that worked. Actually, let's do a short rest here.
I'll feel that one later.
You did get hit pretty hard too. Alright.
With haste.
You know, these harpies are not unlike the, at least in appearance, to the supernatural vulture creatures from his world. They were called a type of death spirit. That literally fed off of the life energy of others, and They would try to manipulate people to to basically try to kill each other. So battles war, that was the best thing for them, because the more deaths, the more they feasted. But since Irvaine, at least before he lost all of his magic, or not all of it, before he lost his connection to the newer, his whole energy source, his magic was very life-based. Basically could create life. Usually plant form. Create or enhance. Enhance might be a better word for it. Oh, was it too far? Probably can't fly either. Could someone else do it? Oh, no, I got a flying potion. Oh, I like it. Like the feathers. Okay, let's fly over there before I lose it.
Let's see what those harpies were hoarding.
That was a little less graceful than I thought it'd be. Okay. Let's read that. Miriam, I'm sorry it's been so long since I've written. A lot has happened. First, some good news. Mag Two Fingers won't be bothering you anymore. I paid her back in full. Sorry, she should never have got your name in the first place. I think Irvaine lost interest in that one, since it's a personal letter. What's this book, though? We followed. We shared instructions so far, but something feels odd. We've encountered no creatures along the way. Only alien noises from all directions. Sleep evades us, and the muck on my roots have hardened into permanent feature. April. Hopefully we find something. Lost more here this morning. He turned into a mind flare? There were side effects to coming back, but I didn't expect it to be so. Something... Eric, I hear him laughing. Lamentations of woman's joining the chorus. What's the purpose of this hellhole? He speaks through the walls, the ceiling, the floor. Is he the tomb? Is he... Kinda sounds like he went crazy. Crudely drawn dark outline of a bearded devil's face. That's a bit disturbing. Let's take that. Alright. Oh, Lae'zel came with him. Is she in the way? Is that why you can't go there? Oh, because it's too low, that's why. Alright. Irvaine found some fun things. Standing like makes me kind of think of a music video. You know, you do that spinny camera thing. Okay, anyway. Let's see, the ring is a color spray. Just going to put it on for now. Although, nah, he'll wear it. Because it kind of reminds him a little bit of that, the talisman he made for Orchid. But I think he can feel that its magic is different. What you doing, bro? Just kind of looking around at the things beside him, I guess. Oh yeah, so we talked to Will. We didn't talk to Lae'zel yet this morning.
This devil Raphael flaunts his paltry wings as if he wants to impress us. You saw the red dragon slaying his infernal kin above hell's fires, did you not? Next to a dragon, the devil's a gnat. When I am Kithrak, I will take my Queen Vlaakith his head as a trophy.
Alright, even if you didn't. Huh. Nice. Say Kithrak. What does that mean?
Githyanki Knights, the riders that chase the Nautiloid. They are the commissars and enforcers of my Queen Vlaakith's will. Vlaakith bestows no greater honor. To wield a Kithrak's silver sword is my destiny. I will earn my queen's favor, and I will conquer every layer of hell should she command it.
Why were these knights chasing the Mind Flayer ship? As I remember, I think from the intro, he was able, he saw the dragon for sure, because it was at the helm. Oh, and he did see them fly by, so maybe he saw the knights.
The Geich are my kind's mortal enemy. It is not unusual for the Kithrak to give chase. To penetrate the hells, this is unusual. But I'm not one to question the wisdom of my queen. I can see but to the horizon. Vlaakith's sight pierces the many plains.
So there's something odd about them chasing the ship they were on. Lets them know, I guess they weren't there to rescue Lae'zel. Unfortunately. Oh, that. The grade is kind of pretty. I'm also wondering if, not going to do it, but if we were to long rest and then come back to the spot, whether the harpies would still be there or not. Meaning, like, whether they'd be...
Was a time I tussled with hill giants without breaking a sweat. Now, a mere werebear could swat me halfway to arm.
Strange things are happening to us. What festers in our minds may well impel our bodies.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no, I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything.
It's the urge to, like, lay in the greenery.
And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel
What's up for discussion?
Look like they're in pain. Do you have tadpoles too? I'm just trying to figure out what she's doing. What are you doing?
Dance upon the stars tonight. Smile and pain will fade away. Words of mine will change. No. Become.
Her hair is very pretty. stay silent and listen. It's a tune. Maybe you just stay silent and listen. Just trying to observe and see what she's doing.
Change? No! Damn it!
Are you alright?
No, I'm moments away from a grisly death. At the hands of this bloody song! I can't... Nothing fits, you know?
Irvaine has no experience or skill with music. Is not really familiar with the arts in general, so I feel like 2 wouldn't be him. I don't think he would say 4 either. Let me see if I can help. I think he'd want to be helpful, but I don't think he'd have a clue of how to help. So maybe 3. Yeah, gentle curiosity. Why are you songwriting now? It's hardly the best time.
We lost people on the way here. And the dead deserve to be remembered. That's what my teacher always said.
I feel like with that information, it seems like it would feel a little too cold to just say best of luck with that. I mean, too cold for even him. Can I help you finish the song? Would he offer it? Would he feel like he could help? Maybe if it's worded a little bit differently, it's like, can I help you somehow?
It can't hurt. I have an extra lute, if you want.
First things first. Yeah, definitely cannot perform. What's the song about?
My teacher, Lihala. She loved dancing. Had 2 left feet, mind. I remember waking up one night on the road and seeing her dancing beneath the stars, a huge smile on her face. Thinking of it now, my heart hurts. And my words just seem to crumble, like ash.
Irvaine remembers feeling that way.
Wait. Words of mine will turn to ash. That's perfect.
Not an encouragement and gesture to the lute.
Words of mine will turn to ash when you cool the last light down. Yes!
Dance upon the stars tonight. Smile and pain will fade away. Words of mine will turn to ash.
Sorry.
Worry cries are just me. Someone's worried about the case. I think Irvaine's a little more in touch with his feelings. The way he cries as much as he needs.
She'd have said the same thing. That's the first time I've played since Lihala died. My teacher. She was playing her lute. We didn't hear the gnolls coming. There was so much blood. I can still smell it.
I'm sorry. Irvaine's starting to understand the idea of poetry a little bit better now. I think the reason why he doesn't like poetry is just because he doesn't get it. When he tries to read it, he just thinks it's confusing. But with her song, he could appreciate it. He probably just can't get too metaphorical. Sounds terrible, I'm sorry. He should be proud to see you now. No, yeah, I think you'd say one more.
It was awful. I couldn't look at a lute without hearing her screaming. I'd forgotten what it was like. That itch to perfect a song. The Weeping Dawn will be my gift to Lihala. I've a long way to go. But thank you. I needed this.
Too sweet. Odiously sweet. The vomitous gall within despairs at your kindness.
Irvaine mentally responds to the dark urge to shut up. Okay, so it's a bit cheaty. I thought that was Lae'zel for a second. I think it's the bear in the grove there. Okay, so this part is a little bit cheaty. I know if you played Dark Urge before, there's a very tragic thing that may happen. The problem is I don't know if it's this night that it would happen. And Irvaine has no idea, so there's no reason for him to take any kind of action to prevent what he doesn't know. So I'm trying to decide if there would be a way for me to manipulate the story behind the scenes and... Oh yeah, he can't unlock it. I think he'll pick it up and bring it to Astarion. Maybe we'll have a little chat with Astarion and pretend that he feels the need to do something. Maybe. Yeah, it's just the hard part is you just don't know when it's gonna happen. And I didn't expect Raphael to pop up so early either, so... Yeah, it's hard to predict. I may have to cheat and pretend that, do some quick saves before I long rest. And pretend that when it does come up, Irvaine gets a premonition of a sort.
Your mother was a heartbeat away from fighting a bear.
Isn't that how Mum usually is?
And then do something to save certain people.
I smell drama on those legs. There we go. What have you heard?
Let's talk to Arabella. Just save you.
You ever scare me like that again, and I'll feed you to a gnoll.
Why is she blood?
Mom, I'm fine. Stop it.
Our little Hellion told us what happened. Thank you. Don't know what we'd do without her.
Yes, I hope we'll meet again under better circumstances.
Likewise. Arabella?
Thank you for helping me.
Stealing the idol. What were you thinking?
I was trying to help.
Irvaine now has a couple of magic things that she could feel. I think he, especially since he just had that conversation with Gale, would ask him about those.
Do you feel as flattered as I do? Invited to dine with a devil.
Really approach more to this. I mean, that's what he's learning, but I don't think he feels like he is experienced or knows enough to give advice like that concerning devils. Dining with the devil after that. He didn't eat anything. You have a strange definition.
Believe me, that was a devil's equivalent of serenades and roses. Don't let his bluster fool you. All that talk of desperation merely illustrates his own. I think he wants something from us, badly. And in that knowledge lies our opportunity.
So you thought he was flirting too? Yeah, well, what is it that he wants?
Our souls. But I suspect that's but his opening offer.
He wants your body
Let me play the devil's advocate. The man is too eager. Do not dismiss his offer out of hand. If there's one quality all the denizens of the hells embody, it's ambition. A quality they share with many humans, come to think of it.
So he's definitely hitting on us. Like in general, Irvaine is he can be very naive, very trusting, but at the same time, he's not an idiot. And he is experienced. When he couldn't interact with anything or anyone on the human plane, while he was stuck in this weird plane in his own world, he had to get really creative and had a lot of time to try to be strategic and plan how to get around his inability to help, basically to help the people he cared about. So he can be strategic, but it's not something that he just does for fun. It's something he does out of need. It could be considered a need. Or what do you think his ambition could be? Well, right now he kind of thinks, well, Gale says he wants their souls, and Irvaine feels like Raphael wants their body or something. So, yeah, we'll say, how do you propose we beat it up at his own game?
By figuring out his true intentions. Fact one, there's something very strange and very powerful about our tadpoles. Fact two, a devil offers to take it away. Devils aren't known to aid mortals out of simple kindness. Whatever Raphael wants, we must be the key to getting it, along with our tadpoles. So, I say for now, we wait. If I'm right, Raphael will seek us out again, and when he does, there's a mighty bargain to be made. Remember his Cormyrean rhyme? Down came the claw. Perhaps we should start growing our nails.
Oh, but he was gonna ask you about the magic. You didn't forget.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
magical artifact, you'll be interested.
Your enterprising approach to my problem is most encouraging. But it is a delicate process to keep my condition stable. I do not yet need to consume an item, but keep it close by. It will not be too much longer.
Why does it require magic?
Think of it as tribute. The kind a king might pay to a more powerful neighbor to avoid invasion. As long as I pay, there will be peace. But should I ever stop, along comes a war. I can assure you, the battlefield would extend well beyond the borders of my body alone.
That's probably where Irvaine would wonder if Gale believes it's contagious, unless controlled by magic. Let's leave it at that, but he'll...
We have to look after
keep the
ourselves.
magic items close.
That's what Mole says.
You know Mole too?
Back up.